The RowdtCast contains adult languages, adult situations, and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the RowdtCast. You are back, and I am here, and we are going to have another fucking RowdtCast for you. That was The Go-Getter by the Black Keys. Excellent album, excellent band, man. If you don't know who the Black fucking Keys are, you need to fucking find out because they are amazing. So, let's get into it. RowdtCast 2.0, we're back, fucking doing it up, man. I'm doing my thing. I'm playing copyright fucking music because that's what I do. That's how I fucking roll. I'm not worried about it. Fuck it. If they don't like it, they can deal with me. So, getting real excited about the move, man. We're getting close to getting back there and getting the studio put together, and you know, I think Shane's working on it right now, so we are gonna have, you know, something official, something badass to make this podcast fucking awesome. It's gonna be, you know, one of the coolest things you've ever fucking seen. So I'm pumped about it. He's pumped about it. You should be pumped about it. This is all for free too. We don't want no money from you. You know, we'll spend the money to make this shit legit, but you know, we're not going to charge to fucking listen to this shit, you know. We just want you to enjoy it, man, and to listen, and maybe to maybe you learn something. Maybe we learned something. That's what it's all about. And like I said, we're going to do giveaways, man. We really want to give away tickets away, you know, cash prizes away. We're going to have different gifts. So the more that you listen, the more people that get involved, the better the gifts will get, the better the prizes will get. It's important to us, and it should be important to you, man. If you really like this fucking podcast, you know, let me know. You know, give me feedback. Tell me what you don't like, what you do like. You know, we are visual now, so it's a little different for me. You know, usually I just turn the recorder on and talk, and now, you know, I got to make sure I look good, and you know, I'm rocking out. Today is National Jerry Day in Atlanta, so I figured I'd be a little festive and put the fucking tie-dye on and rock it out for Jerry. Been listening to a little Grateful Dead. Sitting here drinking a little Mountain Dew. I don't drink pop much anymore, and I can say fucking pop because I'm going back to Ohio. I don't have to say stupid fucking soda anymore. all the Southern people get pissed at you when you say pop. They think they don't like that word. It's fucking pop. It's what I grew up drinking and grew up saying. So, have me a little Mountain Dew, doing what I fucking want. It's a Sunday, feel good. Good ass UFC fights on last night. Very, very, very good card. If you missed it, I just figured I'd go over that. You know, I'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But first, I wanted to just, sitting here, seeing some headlines and some shit going on in the news. So we'll get to that first. What's going on in Israel, I think I touched on it last time a little bit, between the Palestinians and the Israelis. They've been bombing the shit out of each other and killing each other, and a bunch of civilians are dying, and it's not good, man. But they were supposed to, today signed a ceasefire. They were both agreed to a ceasefire. It only lasted about 6 hours, and they started bombing the shit out of each other again. So, unfortunately, peace is not working right now over there, and it's sad because a lot of innocent people are losing their life because these two countries have such a hatred for each other, and it's and like I said, you have a lot of fucking people that say oh, it's not. It doesn't affect us, like, fuck it, whatever they decide to do. They want to kill each other, they can fucking kill each other. As the human race, it does affect us. And, it's a big deal. And, it may have impacts on us or our kids' lives or our kids' lives. We don't know. So it's unfortunate situation going on right there, but these guys have been fighting for a long time, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. Also, what's going on right now in Russia, and after the Malaysian airline was pulled down or shot down, a lot of people are pointing the finger at Russia and saying if Russia had something to do with it and accidentally did it wrong or whatever, shot the wrong plane down or whatever. But them and Ukraine are still going back and forth. That's a big deal right now too. I was just reading, Russian troops. There's 15,000 of them on the border with the Ukraine, ready to go. Shit hits the fan. And see, Russia and Ukraine, that's a sticky situation for us because, even though Russia isn't really an ally of ours, we're pretty close with them. Ukraine is, even though we help Ukraine out, Ukraine's not an ally either. So we can't give aid or support to Ukraine or Russia. We just kind of got to leave it alone, even though Russia would shit all over Ukraine. The Ukraine, so it's kind of a funny thing. There's not really much that we can do. So it's yeah, man. Like I said, these are big things, and you may think that they don't affect us, but there's a chance they could affect us, and that's why they matter. If it didn't matter, then I wouldn't say anything about it. It's just another thing going on in the world, but it's a big deal. Also, Roddy, stop it. I'll kick your ass. You better stop. Another thing I've seen is the second American ever was just tested positive for Ebola. So there's two of them. There's a doctor and then a doctor's aide. And they're over in Africa, and they're helping people with Ebola, and they both contracted it. So that's scary, But I mean, it's not that it's made itself way into the U.S. or anything. But Ebola is very, very highly contagious, very, very dangerous. I don't think if you get it, I don't think there's a very good chance to be living. But we'll see what happens with them. Best of luck to those people. That's, you're trying to help out other people and, be there for a less fortunate culture and help them out. And, you get stuck in that situation. So that's, it's sad. It's pretty fucked up. Those are just some of the things I've seen. I want to just touch on the UFC last night, and if you're watching the RowdtCast, this is what the RowdtCast is, it's things that I like, my interests, things that I, and I like to hear your guys' point of view too on the stuff, but, when it comes down to it, it's, it's my show, and these are things that interest me, and hopefully if you're watching, they interest you too. So, I do talk a lot about UFC and mixed martial arts, and that is important to me. So, last night there was a card on. It was on Fox, on the big stage, and it was headlined by Matt Brown and Robbie Lawler. And it was middleweight or welterweight number one contendership. So whoever won will get a shot at Johnny Hendricks' belt later in the year, or maybe the beginning of next year. And they threw down all the guys on that card. It was an excellent card. They did a great job. Very entertaining. If you watch a lot of UFC, it was good. If you're a newcomer, it was a good card. Just the main card, I'll highlight over real quick. They had first we had Bobby Green and Josh Thompson. Josh Thompson's an old vet. Bobby Green, new up and coming guy, younger, badass dude. It was a great fight. Could have won either way. Bobby Green got the decision over Josh Thompson, but it was a very, very close fight, back and forth. Very, very good fight. The next fight was Dennis Bermudez and Clay Guida. If you follow UFC, you know who Clay Guida is, man. He's a workhorse. He's a real entertaining guy. Crazy hair, little caveman looking fucking dude, scary dude. And this Dennis Bermudez is a new up and coming guy, and he's won 7 straight in a row. That's like all top of the active win streak. In UFC, it's very, very hard to string together 2 or 3 wins, let alone 7 wins. He fought Clay Guida. He was fucking Guida up, man. Guida never had a shot. He was beating him up, cut him open, had him rocked a couple times, and ended up catching him in a choke and submitting him in the second round, I believe. So, he's only been stopped once in his career. To put Guida away is something. You got to be somewhat special. So that dude is on fire right now, and he's someone to look out for. I don't know if they'll give him a title shot or what, but he's worked his way up there. Co-main event was Anthony Rumble Johnson and Little Nogueira, and Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, the younger brother of Big Nog. And Anthony Johnson, right off the bat, man, came out firing big shots, put him down. I mean, it was 44 seconds, just TKO, annihilation, pretty much knockout. Caught him with some rotten uppercuts and about knocked his fucking head off. Just put him down. And Nogueira is a durable, tough, old guy, man, and a vet of the sport. It's crazy to see these old vets go out like that, but it's a young man's sport, and you only can fight so long. And you get knocked out one good time, it starts the trend of it happened reoccurring over and over again. So it's sad to see him go out like that, but maybe it's time for him to hang up his gloves and call it a day. He's had a great career. Lastly, the main event was between Ruthless Robbie Lawler and Matthew Mortal Brown. Great fight. Definitely one of the best fights of the year. Back and forth, rock'em sock'em robots. Looked like in the 3rd or 4th round, Brown broke his hand. He was shaking his hand a lot. It looked like he got, he hit him, and my broke him. He continued to throw it, man. He didn't give up. And Robbie Lawler was, he was a little bit, seemed like he was one step ahead of him a little bit. Didn't, Matt Brown didn't stop, but he just looked maybe a little worse for the wear than Robbie Lawler did, and Robbie Lawler just kept. I mean, they just kept. It was a dogfight, but I'd definitely say Lawler outpointed him a little bit, stayed ahead of him a little bit. Great fight. Lawler got the decision, definitely deserved it. He is the number one guy in the world. You know, he's going to get a chance for that belt again against Johnny Hendricks. So looking forward to that one. Matt Brown, you know, I think Dana White said that he's going to go up. You know, even though he lost the fight, he's ranked number 7 number 7 in the world, and he just lost. You know, Robbie Lawler is that good that his rank's still going to go up even though he lost, because it was just he put on such a good fight and so much heart. It'd be hard to beat him, anybody else other than he's the champion in him, Robbie Lawler. So great fights. If you missed it, go watch them. I'm sure they'll show them again, probably on Fox Sports 1 or something. They'll probably replay them. So if you do get a chance to watch them. Great fights, and it was a badass card, and it was a good night to drink some beers and just watch some good quality fights from the UFC. Now I'm getting into highlighting the news and the highlights of the UFC card, and some of the things that I've seen in the news in the last couple of days. I came across this really odd story. It was fucking just a little bit ago. I was getting ready for my podcast, doing a little research and looking some shit up, and I seen this really weird article. So I clicked on it and started reading it, and it said that in Brazil, two times in the last 2 years or last couple years, 2 hunters have been killed by anteaters. I mean, if you know what an anteater is, I mean, I'm sure not a lot of people have seen them up close and personal, maybe at the zoo or whatever. Pretty big mammals. They have long claws and a big snout, and they dig up anthills and eat ants, and I mean, they're anteaters, that's the name. But they're not aggressive creatures or predators by any means, not known to, hurt anybody. But two people have been killed by them, and by their sharp claws. So the one guy like his kids watched it happen. He seen one on his land or something, and he tried to get it off, and then the thing stood up on his back leg, and it sunk its claw, somehow grabbed a hold of him, put the claws into his fucking neck, and severed an artery or something in his neck, and fucking he bled to death right there, they said. Just crazy, And another one is something like it was in his groin area or something. He was pierced a couple times. This thing scratched the shit out of him, and fucking, he eventually died too from, I don't know if it was infection or loss of blood, but I mean, just crazy. But what they were saying is that it's a serious problem, because it's not the only thing it's not just the anteaters, it's these animals that are usually non-aggressive and not a problem or a threat to anyone are becoming more aggressive and territorial. And what they think the reason for this is, and because it's in Brazil, is deforestation. The deforestation of the forest down there, and they're just knocking them down. And these anteaters, these creatures, have a lot less. Sorry for yawning. Tired. They have a lot less land. It's like we're backing them against the fucking wall. We're pushing them back and back and back, and we're taking their land, and they have a lot less land to run around on and do their thing on. So, they feel very threatened, and so they're fighting back, and they're doing things that are not normal for their fucking their breed of animal. So it's really interesting, but I mean, it just like what I was reading, it is a serious problem, and most of these trees and these forests are cut down because it's usually farmers, which we need to grow new crops, and we need to continue living off the land and doing that, but we also need to be very wary of how much we're taking down and how much we're fucking impacting these these habitats for these creatures, and it's just it's becoming a serious problem. And what I was reading was it says every year we lose at least worldwide a section of forest as big as Panama. Now you think of the whole world, all the forests that we're losing and stuff, maybe that's not that much, but as the whole fucking country of Panama, that is a lot. That's a big fucking area, man. That's a lot, and that's at least that every year, maybe more. So again, like what I was saying before, is maybe in our lifetime it's not going to be a problem, but we're slowly cutting them down, and we're slowly fucking pushing these fucking creatures to their fucking limits and putting them in a hole, and we're taking out the trees, and we're polluting the fucking landscape, and we're doing this and doing that. Maybe our kids are gonna have a fucking serious problem with it, or maybe our kids' kids, or our kids' kids are gonna have a problem. Eventually, someone's got to eat shit, man. Someone's got to deal with the goddamn problem. We can't just fucking pass the buck, and that's why. So we need to slow it down now. And like I said, they said most of it is from farming. They call them. They have these slash and burn procedures where they just they go in fucking cutting down trees, mass cutting down, and they burn everything. They just wipe everything out. They don't. It's not like they're going in like evacuate. Hey, little animals, let's get out of here. No, man, they go and fucking. Saws are fucking raging, and they fucking, chainsaw everything and fucking torch it, man. That's what they do. And then they fucking dig everything up, and they fertilize the land, and they start growing their crops there. And like I said, it's good to grow off the land. That's how we need to eat. That's not how we need to live. The artificial preservatives and additives and all this shit in our food, and these dyes and these sugars and these, poisons that they're putting in our fucking food and our drinks. We need to go more on natural. It's healthier for you. It's better for your body. I read this thing a long time ago, and it said, and I've lost 85 pounds in, about a year. Just trying to eat right. And it's not even, my diet still, I still eat stuff that I shouldn't be eating, and I don't, stick to like no carbs or proteins only or just vegetables. I don't follow these crazy strict diets. I follow my diet. I know what I should eat and what I shouldn't eat, and sometimes but I'll tell you the key. If you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to, with this whole farming thing, is you cut out the fast food, man. You cut out the eating out. Yeah, you can do it every once in a while for, reward yourself for a special occasion, or you're out and you're at work or something. You got to grab something fast, but not every day or every other day of eating this fast food and these chemicals and shit. That is what it is, man. That's what's holding the weight in you. That's what's stopping you from, I even think that shit has like fucking chemicals in it that fuck with your brain, man. And it sounds crazy, but make you lazy, make you not want to do anything, make you just want to be a slug, man. You ever eat fucking cheeseburgers from McDonald's? Yeah, you're just like, chicken nuggets, you're just sitting there fucking slobbing fucking chicken nuggets with fucking barbecue sauce in your fucking face, your fat fucking pie hole. That's what it is. And this thing that this really, really smart guy wrote this book, that's what he says is you can eat anything you want. He said, you know what the difference is between me and you? I eat everything I want. But you know what? I eat it at home. I cook it for myself. That's the difference. Because even though it may not be the best and has fat in it and it has, a lot of calories and stuff like that, you're still making it at home. It's still not those chemicals and all that crap that's inside that fast food and that, that eating out. And I've lived by that for at least the last 6 months. I barely ever eat out, or it's definitely no fried foods, or once in a great while I'll eat some French fries or some chicken wings or something. But no, man, cut that shit out and watch the transformation. Soda too, all that sugar and all that. It's the sugar and the carbonation. Carbonation, I still drink a lot of beer, which is not good, but that carbonation, it retains your water weight. So when you go to sweat, if you drink a bunch of soda, that sugar already is, high in calories and holding that fat, but that carbonation, you're not going to sweat. You'll be able to sweat and get that water weight going like you normally would, losing. So, stay away from soda, stay away from fried food, stay away from fast food, man. And I'll tell you, you'll see a transformation. And it's not even just how you look. It'll help you with your workout. It'll help with you staying positive, your mindset. It'll help with your fucking energy levels. It's a lot of things, man. But going back to like what I was, I know I went off on a little tangent, but going back, so I agree that we need farming, and I'm sure Brazil needs farming. And, it's not just Brazil that's happening, but it's a big deal there because the extinction of the forest and the deforestation is happening at an alarming rate. It seems like every year we're losing more and more. But we need farms, and we need farmers to grow our crops and do this stuff for us. But like I said, I think we just need to take a look, take a step back, and I'm not a crazy hippie, and I'm not unrealistic, and I want to see the world in peace. Do I think it'll happen? No. And do I want to see everyone eat healthy and live off the land, and watch kill the obesity epidemic? Yeah, but is it going to happen? No, not overnight. We got a lot of shit to do. We got a lot of milestones to reach if we want to get to that point. It's important, man, but take care of the environment. I've said this on so many different RowdtCasts, like one person, maybe you're not gonna, do much. But more people, if we all come together and we help together and we work together, every person, that's more and more. It's like times. It's like a multiplier. The effect, the ripple gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Pretty soon that fucking ripple turns into a fucking tidal wave. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we need to be more conscious and cautious of our environment and what we're doing to it, and what our children and our children's children and our children's children's children and our family members, will have to put up with eventually someday. And what, you have this fucking oil spill and shit, like the BP oil spill, and there was one that happened in like West Virginia or North Carolina or something earlier this year, or the end of last year or something, where dude, fucking put gallons and gallons and gallons of oil into this fucking bay or lake, and no one it was not even on the news, it wasn't anywhere. Nobody even fucking talked about it. They just brushed it under the rug. And the BP one, if it wouldn't have been such a big fucking deal, they probably would have tried to do it. And they still try to downplay it like it's fucking, they fixed everything. Man, there's still the fucking fish and I was there, man. I went to the fucking Gulf shores. I seen it. The shit washing up on the shores and shit. I went 2 years later. But still to this day, there's shit still washing up, and there's the fucking habitat and the sea life has still been affected, and it's still a problem down there because of that. And you don't hear a fucking peep about it anymore. And that's the same thing when I'm saying about the deforestation of our forests. You don't hear anything about it. You hear nothing. And it's a serious problem. And, taking care of our environment, this shit isn't, in a couple fucking hours, days, we can ruin, what took millions of years to fucking create. And, an ecosystem, it functions the way it does. The food chain functions the way it does for a reason. When we go in and we fucking start tinkering, and we start fucking bing, 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 putting little things and touching things and fucking putting machines in here and doing this and doing that, dude, we start throwing fucking kinks in the goddamn wheel, man. That's God's fucking cycle. That's not for us to tinker with, and that's not for us to be there, And that's the thing. So these anteaters that, you know, you see them at the zoo and these little fucking stuffed animals, and you're like, oh yeah, this little cute thing. This thing would never hurt. This thing can never hurt no one. Motherfuckers stabbing, shanking motherfuckers in the neck with its claws because it's fucking pushed to the limits, man. We push it to the corner. We push it. It's back against the fucking wall. It's got, you know, probably fucking babies with it or whatever. It might fucking strike, man. You know? The nicest guy in the world, if you push him hard enough, he might fucking shoot you. It happens. So we have to think about that. We have to think about the repercussions. You know? Yeah, it's nice to have fucking farmland and blah, blah. But what are we doing to these animals? What are we doing to all the plant life and the fucking trees and the shit that's there? What about the oxygen that we need for all these fucking millions and billions of fucking people we have here sucking fucking air every day? Eating their goddamn chicken nuggets and their fucking cheeseburgers and sucking in and breathing all the fucking air. You know, eating that fucking McDonald's, fucking cooking your goddamn shit in its grease, fucking slugging chicken nuggets, slurping them with their fucking ranch dressing down their throat. You know, sucking in the air. What about the fucking trees that need to bring all that oxygen for all of us? The paper that you need to print your fucking goddamn receipt on at McDonald's. You know, that all comes from trees. And we're fucking, you know, it's, like I said, I'm not a hippie, but I figured this was appropriate. It'd be Jerry Day in Atlanta. You know, we got to take care of our fucking, our environment. We got to take care of the people around us. You know, it's not everybody's gonna care and do and fuck with this shit and you know, try to help out. But I think we all need to do our part and do what we can and, you know, at least speak our mind and say, hey, like, do we really need to take fucking 700 acres this year? You know, can we maybe only take 500 acres? Maybe slowly start chopping. I mean, and that's just rough. I don't know how many fucking acres, I'm sure millions and thousands of millions of acres are what we probably cut down every year. But, you know, maybe just, like I said, voice our concerns, man, and speak up a little bit and tell people, you know, freedom of speech is, we're starting to live in a day where you open your mouth and someone tells you, shut the fuck up, and they're dead serious about it. You know, it's like they act like freedom of speech doesn't even fucking exist, and it does, and it's not going as a constitutional right, and that's the problem that we have with society right now. You have so many motherfucking people that they don't truly understand what that Constitution means. It's not just a fucking book. It's not just a little fucking piece of paper that people put their signatures on. It is your constitutional rights. It's what this nation was founded on. And what I'm allowed to I'm allowed to have a firearm. I'm allowed to fucking speak my mind and tell people how I feel without any repercussion. I'm allowed to fucking, you know, that's what makes me sad. We have these people that are police officers or not even, you know, dispatchers or fucking, you know, work for the police, you know, they're part of the system, and they say, oh, well, they beat those rioters, or those protesters, peaceful protesters, you know, get beat in the fucking head with a club for speaking their mind, and, you know, these people are, oh, it's okay, they deserved it, blah, 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 like, what do you mean? Like, it's freedom of speech, so they're allowed to do that. That's not a crime. Like, well, you know, if it was me, I don't think there was anything wrong with it. Like, they shouldn't have been there, blah, blah. No, it is your right. So if you're going to take that right away from me, what other rights are you going to take away from me and are you going to abuse and use and act like I don't even fucking have? You know, what kind of laws are you... If you're not abiding by the Constitution, then you for sure are not abiding by the laws that you've sworn to uphold and protect us, the people of this nation, our nation. You work for us. You're supposed to help us. You know? fucking weird, man. We live in crazy times. You know, all this shit going on right now. Just watch your back. Watch your neck. You know, pay attention. You know, you see some shady shit going on, you know, let people know. Keep an eye out, man. That's how I am. I try to be alert. I've made some mistakes, and I've, you know, not being alert's got me in trouble before. It's hard to trust people in 2014. It really is. But, like I said, the moral of this RowdtCast is, you know, it's just keep our eyes on the prize, man, and let's take care of this place, and, you know, don't be fucking littering, don't be throwing, you know, all that shit. Like I said, it's a ripple in the water, man. Everything you do has a cause and an effect, and, you know, maybe you might not pay for it, but maybe some fucking animal's gonna pay for it, or some person down the road's gonna pay for it, or your kids are gonna pay for it. So we just need to keep that in mind, and, you know, work together to keep this place clean and healthy, man. Keep us healthy. Keep us positive mind, positive spirit, mind, body, and soul. Good. Super important for everybody, man. Positivity, just like negativity affects others. If you're negative at a job all the time, crying and bitching and fucking moaning and bitching about this, bitching about that, you doing that every day affects other people around you. So soon, instead of having just you bitching, soon you have 3 of you bitching and moaning, and then maybe 5 of you, because the negativity is affecting other people. It's like a fucking cancer. It's like a virus, and it passes on. So if you're positive, you fight that fucking negativity. You don't let that shit bother you, and you let that negative person be fucking negative. And pretty soon, if everybody's positive, you know, positivity doesn't work the same way negativity does. Negativity, like I said, it's like a cancer. It spreads very easily. Positivity doesn't. That's inside of you. You have to make that decision to live. Thinking positive and positively has positive effects. I swear to God. True believer in it. Everything happens for a reason, but if you think positive and you think happy, good things come your way. If you think negative and you think everything bad fucking happens to you, bad shit happens. It's how it works, I'm telling you. It's the fucking universe. It's karma. The universe corrects itself. It's true, man. It's fucking real shit. So, you know, be a positive person. Pass it on. Keep the fucking earth clean, man. Let's quit destroying all the shit that fucking Mother Nature put here, God put here. You know, somebody put it here. You know, man, it won't all be here. You know, we just keep ruining this planet, ruining it. Pretty soon we're gonna have to go to Mars, because there's gonna be nothing fucking left for us. And that's real, man. That's real. We're gonna have to fucking make a colony on the moon, and who knows what we'll fucking eat there. You know, we'll grow goddamn fucking moon mushrooms and fucking eat them. I don't know. But with that being said, thank you for tuning in, man. RowdtCast carries on. I keep doing what I do, and it ain't stopping. I'm the fucking rowdy motherfucking Radloff. There's only one. This is the RowdtCast. You came to the right spot. I appreciate you. Everybody that's a fan, everybody that loves the RowdtCast, that helps me, that fucking gives me that feedback, that, you know, tells me I suck or tells me I'm awesome. It all counts. It all goes somewhere. I appreciate you. I'm listening to what you guys say. We're only getting bigger and better, man. Like I said, we got about 5 weeks. I'm going to be going home. 5 weeks. I'm so excited. Excited to be home with friends and family. Excited to fucking see where the podcast is about to go. Because we got some big plans, and I cannot wait. So I'm going to keep rolling them out until then. And like always, man, Rad Lost. I'm signing out. Peace.